What's Craven doing? Oh my God!
All right, so this is end of February 2003. This is in PWL. This is for the PWL Hardcore title. That was my friend Seth as the referee there. This, I believe, is the first time me and Nappy locked up. I think we had wrestled each other before as like masked characters because we would do this thing where we would put on masks and make it seem like we had more wrestlers than we did, but I'm pretty sure this is the first time just Craven and Nappy locked up. And then this is kind of the start of my I don't look like Raven gimmick. I started, just one day I wore just jean shorts with a little plaid shirt tied around my waist, and Nappy was like, "Hey, you kind of look like Raven." And I was like, "What? No, I don't." And then everybody was like, "Oh yeah, you do look like Raven." And then it became this gimmick where I would just come out and do everything Raven does and mock Raven and just be like, "I don't look like Raven." And it got over. Like, this became one of my most successful gimmicks because it was something people could participate in. People could chant Raven, people could call me Raven, and I would just stand there and be like, "What? I don't look like Raven. What are you talking about?" While I do everything Raven does. But Nappy's the hardcore champion. I was the world champion, and then in December I lost the world title to Kid Crush, and now I took myself out of the main event because I felt like the spotlight doesn't always need to be on me, especially since, you know, this is my backyard. There was always this perception of, it's your backyard, so you're always champion, you're always on top, and I wanted to get away from that. So I'm fighting. You know, this is, I think, this middle card. This is mid-card. This is, I think, second or third match. Put myself in the hardcore division because I'm just like, I want to get as far away from that world title as possible. Kid Crush is champion now. I want him to have a nice run. So it's time for me to take the spotlight off of myself and let somebody else have it for a while. So me and Nappy are going to go to town. You can see on the left side there, that pole coming out of the ground. This ring was falling apart. We put it through its paces, and it was not meant for this kind of abuse. When you watch earlier PWL matches, you can see that ring is in much better shape. And then, look at it. We're not selling shit. We're just hitting each other with stuff and then popping up and hitting each other with other stuff. I will say this, though. The wrestling during this point in time was not great. Like, we would get so much better as time would go on. Although that was not a bad little swinging neck breaker thing. You know, but bless our hearts, we're having so much fun out here. You know, and then, like, bumping on those mattresses. Like, I'll take that over bumping on grass any day of the week. It's a shame that, like, when we had a ring and mattresses and all this stuff to make it safer and funner, the wrestling wasn't as good. And then once we took all that away and we're just like bumping on the ground, the wrestling got better. But bam, pulling pile driver. Cactus Jack used to do that, and Nappy's a big dude. There's no way I could like lift him up for a proper pile driver. But I was like, I can probably do that pulling pile driver. But I mean, look at this, we're hitting each other with a fucking super soaker, and that has no goddamn give. You can see just me like rubbing my head and not selling it, because I'm like, dude, that really fucking hurt. And then he's gonna lay some stuff on me. We actually had a ramp in PWL. I don't know what that thing was. It was like a slab of wood. But watch this. Bam! Swanton over the top rope. That's a beautiful shot. I'll say this, Nappy was super talented. Nappy was super talented. He was always someone I wouldn't mind locking up with. And then B Money is just gonna handcuff me for some reason. I don't know if there's a storyline. I know B Money was trying to start his own stable called the Revolution at this point, and I think Nappy was supposed to be a part of that, but it never really got anywhere. It never really got off the ground. So I don't know if that's what plays into this or not, but I'm handcuffed. And I'm still putting up a fight. I'm still fighting back while I'm handcuffed. And you can even hear the referee, you can hear the referee, Seth, off camera going, "Oh, come on, Nappy, get the handcuffs off of him." Oh, you're kind of getting your ass kicked. Never mind. But right there, you can see my jacket like come off when I do that little swanton flippy thing. And it like falls over my handcuffs, over the wrists and over my handcuffs. And so I can't get the handcuffs off now because my jacket is now over the handcuffs. And so I'm kind of trapped. I'm really kind of trapped at this point. Little super kick there. See, I was not great at bumping or selling or anything at this point. Right here, I'm telling B Money, I can't get these damn cuffs off. And so I think somebody's going to try and help me get these cuffs off because I'm trapped. Yeah, see, B Money's going to finally, like, try and help me get the cuffs off because that totally did not go as we planned. And I think Nappy's going to help him a little bit, too. While we still try to keep this match going and tell some kind of story. You know, wallop me with a kendo stick. You know. The beauty of hardcore matches, I think every match in PWO was essentially a hardcore match. We didn't really need a separate division. It's not like we had DQs. You know, but it's like when you don't know what you're doing, you know, can I do a moss-covered three-handle credenza? No. But I can get hit with stuff. I can get hit with stuff better than anybody. And then I'm going to wallop him with that stop sign. I hit him way too hard. Like, if you listen to that clip, you can hear it just... It sounds... I hit him twice, and the first time you can tell, ooh, I got him for real. You know? I think I'm 15 at this point. This is 2003. Yeah, I'm probably like 15, about to be 16. So, you know, I'm a strapping young lad at this point, but have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, I tried to do a swanton, got no air, got no flip. I would get so much better at that. This is like my third year backyard wrestling. I would end up wrestling for 7 years. By the end, I was pretty good. I was good at keeping people safe. I had psychology. My storytelling was on point. Like, everything I did looked clean. But here, bless my heart, I'm trying. I at least took a bump off that drop kick. I'm trying, but I'm pretty bad at this point. You know? I would easily say Nappy's probably a better wrestler than me at this point in our careers. I would probably say that, like, I'm okay. I'm not terrible, but I think Nappy's a little bit better than me at this point. Because he's selling stuff, he's bumping stuff, he's hitting moves that at least look devastating. I'm hitting Jeff Jarrett's stroke and not bumping off stuff. So I would say Nappy's easily better than me at this point. But we're trying to put this story together, and it's like, you know, we would go on to have a pretty long feud. We would go on to have matches in CCW, in AWF, in RCW. You know, our careers would really parallel each other for the next couple years. But this is the first time we locked up, and so it was fascinating to be like, all right, well, what can we do? How do our styles clash? Hit a big splash. The next time we would wrestle is the match where I jump off the roof. But this predates that, and this was just me like, hey, he's a big dude, easy target to land on. I can probably do some high-flying stuff to him. Because if somebody like TPG, like, you could crush that man. Dude weighed like $150 soaking wet. So you could crush him if you're not careful. Now this spot here, setting up the chair on the outside, and then I'm going to look right at the camera to make sure they got the shot, and I'm going to dive off this chair. He's going to catch me with a diamond cutter. CM Punk and Randy Orton would do that years later, but we did it first, and no one saw it. But then look at this. I don't even sell it. Like, I'm up before he is. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But then right here, he's going to pick me up for a pile driver, and he kind of can't get me up because our timing was off. I wasn't trying to sandbag him, but our timing was off. So we're just going to do it again. But I had no psychology. Like, why am I up before him? Pile driver, that actually looked pretty good. He protected me like crazy. You see him like rubbing his thigh because he made sure I landed with all my weight on his thigh to just protect me and make sure I didn't land on my head. So, but then I'm up before him and I'm throwing chops. Like, I had no psychology. I had no storytelling. Like, I have so long to go before I'm a good wrestler. Like, I'm nowhere near a good wrestler. Like, I really don't think I got good until like the underground era of CCW when I switched to that black and red gimmick. I think even before that, even in like the early days of CCW, I wasn't that good. And then right here, he's going to lay me out with a kendo stick. I think, did B-Money hit him, or is he just exhausted? But he falls on top of me. 1, 2, 3, that's the win. I was reaching for the rope. I couldn't get the rope until the 3 was already counted. Nappy wins. Nappy's still the hardcore champion.